I'm Bernie from Crafters Companion. Do you struggle to add those handles evenly on your bags like this? Or what about when you're wanting to add your hardware on and you want to put some bag feet on and you want them to look professional and equal every time? What you need is the positioning ruler from Threaders. Let's see how it works. So when you open up your packet, what you're going to get inside is your positioning ruler, which is here, and also our step-by-step instructions. They've got written guides on and pictures on each step to help you through. So I'm going to take you through those today, but you'll soon find out that you can use this for many other things as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you how we can use it to mark buttons. I've got here just mocked up where you would have, say, a shirt front. So we've got the placket here, or a blouse, whatever you're making. And say we want to put buttons on evenly all the way along. On the ruler is actually markings with holes through the centre. So you've got a 0 in the middle, and it goes out and counts up to 6 inches that way and 6 inches that way. So you're going to take a erasable pen. You're going to find, say you want to find the centre of your work, your project. The easiest way to do that is just fold it in half, give it a little finger press, and then with my heat eraser I'm just going to mark there so I know that's the centre of my work. So that's the one that I'm going to line up the 0 on. And then there's 2 rows of holes here. We've got holes in 3/4 inch increments and rows in 1/2 inch increments. So then you can decide how many, inches or 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch you want between each piece. So I want mine, say, at a 2 inch gap. So I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to go to the 2, and then we've got the corresponding hole there. So if we move it up, so you've got it on the correct one. I'm going to go at 2, I'm going to go at 4, and then I'm going to go the other way at 2 and at 4, and I've marked my points on there, so I now know that when I want to put my buttons on, they are all going to be equally placed. So you can do exactly the same as this for your buttonholes as well. Even if you want to make it longer, you can. The way to make it longer is, so we'll pretend this is a longer strip. Once you've done your holes from the centre, reposition the ruler and just pop the 0 mark on the last mark that you did, and then we can go up again and extend, and we can carry on as long as our piece of work takes us. And that's where the positioning ruler is going to help you add your buttons. So the other thing that you can use this positioning ruler for is adding your snap fasteners. So I've got some out here on the table. So say we were going to put on a bag strap, but we wanted to fix it with some snap fasteners. So I've got my bag piece here that I'm going to make, and I'm wanting to add some bag straps. But what I want to do is when I stitch them down, I want to use my fasteners for a decoration here, or even up at the top here so they can fasten together when you get them on. So again, all you're going to do is have your strap. I'll just leave that lying flat there for now. And you're going to use your positioning tool to decide how far up you want them. So let's say, let me turn it that way so you can see. There we go. Let's say we want it 4 inches up from the bottom. So we're going to place the ruler from the edge there, and we're going to get our heat eraser bowl, and we're going to mark it at 4 inches. And then I also want to mark it where I'm going to turn it over to fasten it at 1.5. So I'll mark that one, and then I'll bring the other side of the handle in and do the same. So I want to line up that 0 line again, mark it at 1.5, and mark it at 4. And then when we pop those onto the bag, and you're going to have them stitched down, but then I've got my perfect marks here to then add my snap fasteners or even rivets. So if you like using bag rivets as well, exactly the same process. You're going to be able to mark them on and you're adding that little bit more decoration to your bags or any of your makes. The positioning ruler will also help you add your bag feet. I absolutely love putting these on the bottom of the bags. They just give your bag that extra little bit of pizzazz, if you like. So I've got one here to show you where we've got the bag feet on the bottom of this one. So we can see here that we've got the 4 all placed equally on the bottom of there. So let's see how you actually use the tool to get those positioned in the right place. So I've got a piece of fabric here. So this will be my base of my bag that I'm going to use. So if I'll just turn this over so you can see. And then what we're going to do is take the tool and decide how far in we want our bag feet. So say we want them in, say, 1.5 inches. So I'm going to take the tool, and if I go in 1.5 inches from the side and then 1.5 inches along the line, so you can use any of these markings. These are all 1/4 inch increments. So if I go 1.5, which is that point there, and 1.5, which is that point there. So I've gone from my 0 up to my 1 to my 1/2, which is there. And I've got my heat erasable pen, and I'll just colour that in a little bit more so you can clearly see it, that we've got that mark that's equal there. And then what you're going to do is do the same on all of your other corners. And then you're going to take a little pair of scissors or a pokey tool or your seam ripper, and you're going to pop a hole through there to slot your bag feet in. And if I show you this one that I've put all 4 on, you can see here that we've got the bag feet equal at each corner. We can see on the other side that they just attach on there like a braid, if you've ever used braids before. There we go. So that is using the positioning ruler to add your bag feet. To use the positioning ruler to attach your bag handles like this is the perfect tool again, because it's going to help you get those evenly spaced, however far or close together that you want them. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm going to get my side of my bag. So I've got my side of my bag here, and I want to position my handles. Say I would like them, say, 5 inches apart. Or the pattern that you're doing might say what distance to put them apart, or so far in from the end. Okay, so to use the tool, what you're going to do is find the centre of your piece, and the easiest way to do that is to just fold your project in half and just mark there. And you can also use the heat erasable just to put a little mark in the centre there, so we know where the centre is. And then you're going to take your tool and you're going to look at the 0 in the centre again. So you're going to line up that 0 mark on that centre point. And it the right way. There we go. And I want it 5-inch gap, so I want 2.5 inches either side. So let me get my black one. I think it'll show up better for you. So I'm going to go from the 0 and I'm going to go along to the 2.5 and mark that. And then I'm going to go to the other side and the 2.5. And then once I take it off, then I give myself a little bit of a line on there so we can actually see where we're going to line up the handles. And then I'm going to take my handle and I'm going to put it so it lines up. So I've got the top of my handle there, matching up the raw edges. It's just butting up to that line, and then you can pin or clip. Pop that one in there. Always check to make sure your handle isn't twisted. Then pop the other one on the other side. Let's get rid of my raggy ends. There we go. So line it up on the side like that. pop another clip in, and then your bag handles now are positioned perfectly where you want them to be along the top of your bag, and you can now stitch those in and continue making your bag. So whether you're adding buttons onto your work, or you're adding your handles, or even those bag feet, any other hardware that you want to put on your project, absolutely you want them to be spot on, and that's what the Threaders Positioning Ruler is going to help you do.